plaintiff, Melanie Hamlin, is engaged to the defendant's ex-husband, and she claims the defendant is constantly calling them with her problems. Melanie says she loaned the defendant money, and she promised to repay her when her long-distance boyfriend came into town. But this alleged boyfriend never showed up, so she's suing. Defendant Billy Borey says Melanie thinks she's jealous of her relationship with Billy's ex, but nothing could be further from the truth. Billy insists she tried to set up a payment plan with Melanie, but she refused to accept it.
Tell me what happened.
I know Billy, her fiance or her ex-husband is my fiance. She calls us all the time with her problems and
I'm
her
sorry, Your Honor,
relationships.
that's not true. The only reason I talk to my ex-husband is involving my children.
That's not true.
How many children you all
We
have?
have 3.
Okay.
She has in the past called on her relationships, crying to us on the phone for sympathy.
She talks to you all at the same time, every time she calls?
Yeah. So,
She can't talk to him without you?
well, she talks to him and then it causes problems in our relationship. So I want her to stay out of our problems.
No,
and
you said
whatever.
every time she calls us,
Yeah.
she talks about ABC. That's what I'm asking. You always on the phone? It's always the
It's
3
on
of you
speakerphone.
guys?
Yeah.
It's always on speakerphone?
Yeah. Well, it's on speakerphone when I'm in the house, but when I'm not in the house. But then he brings the problems to me when she causes problems, and I
Go
just want to
ahead,
stop.
ma'am. I'm just trying to establish whether there are things that they discuss that you are unaware of.
Not with just the problems in her relationships with that. Then it goes to me and all that. So
All right.
Not the kids and all that. She also met somebody online.
Sorry, Your Honor, that has
Yeah,
no
what does this
relevance
have
here.
to do with what we're talking? Does it have anything to do with your relationship with her or your relationship with her ex or the children? Does this,
No.
who she met online, have anything
But it has
to
to
do
do
with that?
with the paying of the money.
Money? Okay, it has to do with the loan.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Or it has to do with something financially connected.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, the first boyfriend that she had, she said she was in an abusive relationship, and I wanted to help her out and get her out of that and her kids. So I gave her $600 for rent.
She asked you to?
Yeah.
She told you, I'm having a problem with
Right,
men,
and I
so
said, I will
need...
borrow you some money as long as you pay me back. And she said yes. On May 17th, we met at a restaurant across the courthouse in Ottawa, Illinois, after they went to child support, her and my fiance. And I handed over $600. And I made an agreement by September 1st that she would pay me that $600. Then this new guy came in to the picture 2 months later on the internet. I guess she's engaged to him now. And he lives in Peoria or somewhere. I don't know much about it. I don't even know if he's true or not, because he was supposed to be here in August, never showed up in August.
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, I'll get into it.
Go ahead.
Never showed up in August. Then he was supposed to be in September. He was supposed to help her pay the money to me. And he never showed up. So I said, I'll give you end of September. If you don't show up by end of September, then I'm going to sue you. And this guy never showed up, so I don't even know if he's real or not. So I filed a claim.
Okay, well, let's find out. Where is he at?
Nigeria, Your Honor. He's in the Air Force.
You got it now? He's in Africa. Right?
Right.
All right. For the night, serving his country. So leave her alone.
Yeah.
Give me the facts you'd like for me to know, ma'am.
I personally feel that she believes that I'm jealous of her relationship with my ex-husband. Not the case.
No, I'm not.
He is
I don't
my
care.
ex for an absolute good reason that I'm not going to go into. If she wants him, she can have him. I don't care. But I feel that I have the right to talk to my ex-husband about our children
Well,
that we
that's
share.
fine. I mean, it's just a family problem
Ma'am,
with your
please let her
relationship.
finish.
And personally, I don't believe that my children should be any of your concern. You're not married to him. And if there's a problem, like when our son had surgery and you texted him and called him about 10 times in 2 hours,
I never did that.
he had it on his phone.
Defendant Billy Borey says the plaintiff is engaged to her ex-husband, and she believes the plaintiff gets jealous whenever Billy talks to her ex about their children.
You all have never gotten along?
We did.
Till I lent the money and she didn't
Ma'am,
know me.
please be quiet. Go ahead.
She has, since the money situation come up, also involved my 14-year-old daughter, Your Honor.
How so?
She was texting my phone My daughter had my phone and told her it was Stacia and not my mom. Told her I don't want to hear it. She went on to say that I had more than enough time to accept my responsibility, that she felt that I had no desire whatsoever to pay her back. My daughter's 14. And as far as my daughter is concerned, I am all she has. So she told her, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to get involved with this. It is between you and my mom.
Right.
And my daughter got extremely upset about this, told her, you know what, this has nothing to do with me. I don't want to talk to you about this. They were Facebook messaging each other. I mean,
Did you try to talk to her daughter about this, ma'am?
She just had that. It was her phone number and her. I texted her that one day saying, you know, are you going to pay me the money and stuff?
Okay, you didn't know it was her daughter.
And I didn't know her daughter had a phone at the time.
Okay.
but Stacia did tell her after the first message that it was not me she was talking to.
I let up.
All right. What about the money she's suing you about, however? Do you owe her?
I don't feel that I owe her the entire amount. And the only reason I feel that way is because we did have a verbal agreement that I could make payments to her.
That's not true. Nope.
What was the agreement?
I never told her that the guy from the military would pay her back.
What was the verbal agreement
The verbal
for
agreement
payments?
was that I would make payments to her to pay this off.
Beginning when?
Beginning in June.
What were you to pay?
We never set an actual amount that I was to pay.
You didn't have an agreement then?
Okay, I have no evidence whatsoever, Melanie, as to what I was supposed to pay you.
No, you say you never set an amount. Unless you set an amount, you didn't have an agreement.
Right.
But we do know that you borrowed the money.
Yes, I did borrow the money. And I never once told her I would not pay her back. I have tried to set up a payment plan with her recently. She will not accept payment.
I've never got a message from that.
She wants $654 all up front. I can't do that.
When she loaned it to you, what did you tell her? Did you say, I can't pay you back all at one time?
I did tell her that.
You said, I
that
won't
could
be able
not-
to pay you back all at one time.
That's what I told her, that I could not pay her $654 all at once.
And what did she say?
She said that we could make payments, we could work out an arrangement.
But you never did.
We never did.
You just said, okay, we'll work it out at some point.
Basically what it came down to.
Unfortunately, that
Your
point
Honor.
has come. $654 for the plaintiff. She has no legitimate defense to paying you other than you all said you would make a payment plan, but you never did make a payment plan. $654 for the plaintiff.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
I'm not going to get in your kids' business and all that. I just want you to not cause problems with your relationships. I will leave that to you and your husband with your kids. That's all.
My life, my kids, not your business.
Okay.
If I call my ex-husband regarding my kids, that's not you.
Okay, it was.
I don't ever want to talk to you on the phone again, ever.
So no more problems with your past and everything.
Maybe you should
your
tell
kids.
Gene to stop calling me to tell him about you.
Okay.
There's your
He
problem
doesn't,
when you
though,
go
so-
home. Yes, he does. You think that he doesn't tell me that he's abusive to you too?
Well, he's not abusive anymore. So
Really?
he took classes and he's fine. So
Oh, I'm sure
that was
that's
way
not
in
true.
the past.
Sure,
so
that's not true.
It is true. So.
That's fine. Believe what you want. You'll learn when you marry him.